Hey guys, I'm back again. My name is Sensei Pecina, and I'm teaching today from the arts of okinawa-te, Te-Kempo-Jujitsu, Waza No.2. Now those who have trained in the art know that Waza No.2 starts with an outward sword block. Now that outward sword block could either be towards the inside of the forearm, or it could be to the crook of the inside of when a person is throwing a haymaker or a punch. If he's coming at you directly, you got to offset a little bit. If he's coming at you strong. But normally most people just don't throw one punch and leave it out there. So you always got to think of that second punch coming in. And what happens is if you happen to block one and he throws the other hand, well, you could block with the other hand and continue the technique of wrapping it around and setting the choke and taking him down the other side. But getting to its original, the way it was originally taught, it's a block. And when we block, it's good to keep this hand up here or your hand here when you block. See? Or here. So as we're blocking and we're coming around and we're circling to the back of the elbow, we're coming in and we're choking the man. And then from there, as you're stepping in, you're throwing the man over your leg. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to add a few little additions to that. So when you're here and you're blocking your circle, step forward and throw him into the wall. That's one. As you're here, you want to step forward, spin him around, and throw him into the wall. That's the first technique. Or that could be throwing him into a car, throwing into a parking meter, throwing him into a crowd. There's all kinds of techniques. Now suppose I'm here and I've choked the guy and he's already going down, right? What we do is as we're here, we release this hand, we scoop this hand around, move his hand out of the way, and then we could come from behind him, grab him by his ears, and just take him down. Or grab him by his hair and take him down. So once again, if I'm here and I set the choke and I see he's already dropping, we could just move this arm out of the way, grab the back of his hair, and just kick the back of his legs and take him down. The techniques are endless in Waza No.2, that first block. You could actually block with the right punch and then make the circle. Or you could block and punch to loosen the man up and then go through the technique. So there's many, many, many different ways Waza No.2 can be taught. And also, if the man is coming at you with a saber hand, he's coming at you, you can also block, disarm, take the man around. Block, disarm, take the man around and set him in a choke. You always want to disarm. You don't want to do the technique and have the guy having a knife in your back. You want to disarm him first, then go for the circle and go in for the choke. These are a couple little variations. It could also be done with the stick, by the way. These are a couple little variations off Waza No.2. And all the Wazas have certain pieces that you could take out and work with. And the majority of all the Wazas actually are right inside the sword and hammer. A lot of these you could find and you could take apart. You could see the hands, how they work. You block and hit, you block and strike. All those are within the sword and hammer. Block, circle, come back, punch to the head. You see these motions, move here. We're hitting, we're blocking, we're striking, we're punching, we're punching, we're punching on the other side. Suppose my leg isn't forward, suppose the other leg is forward. Well, that's a trip, well, that's a sweep, well, that's an elbow. Let me grab him by the head, let me take him down. You don't want to just stick to one way what's on a piece of paper. You want to take what you've learned and expand and grow with it. When you throw a cross-step side kick in, what comes after the cross-step side kick? Well, it's just not a cross-step side kick, reverse side kick. Be a cross-step side kick, outward crescent kick, front kick to the crotch, right? You could be throwing a backhand, jumping to behind the man, grabbing him down, taking him down. I'm talking a little bit too much, but I wanted to tell you that with Waza No.2, it's endless. I hope you guys enjoy that, and I'll speak with you soon. Thanks.